Another day in captivity. That's what it looks like, man. Another day in captivity. I did a phenomenal live earlier today, man. Are we sanctified? Are we saved by the blood of Jesus? Is the blood of Jesus covering us? Phenomenal topic. I spoke about a lot of things. Spoke about this misconception and this false ideology, and also I spoke about you know the change that's coming, the change that I've done, but also now the change that I'm witnessing. I'm witnessing a massive change within our people. It's for the good and the bad. Right? You get those that's being converted to the nonsense, to the idiocy, and then you got those that's breaking out of that. You know, and for the ones that's breaking out of that, my job, my job as a teacher, my job as a brother, my job as a life coach is to guide you guys past and make sure that you guys don't fall subject to another deception, right? Because these deceptions have destroyed our community. And even when you look around and you see how the hood looks and you see how our people is operating, you know what I'm saying? The mentality, you know what I mean? All things come from a foundation. And the problem that we have is individuals don't want to check in to the foundation. That's why I always stress. That's why I always stress facing your trauma. And I'm gonna keep stressing it until I can't stress it no more. I'm gonna keep stressing it until brothers and sisters say, yeah, man, this is the cause. This is the reason why I'm like this. This is the reason why my mom's like this. My father's like this. Why my family's like this. Why my people is like this. You guys don't understand. This is taught behavior. If you see your child and you see the innocence of your child, you'll understand that this actions that we are displaying, this behavior that we are displaying is a taught behavior. And you seeing that this taught behavior is doing more damage than good. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that we're being suppressed. It's a lot of ideologies that doesn't sit well with men, doesn't sit well with our women. You understand? Our women is now competing with each other. Everybody want to be the Holy Mary. Everybody want to be the Holy Mary. They want to be that righteous, loving, and should be the only one revered and loved. This is the Eurocentric ideologies that I be talking about. You know what I'm saying? All of us, all our people is in this trance, a hypnosis, man. I'm telling you. But I'm witnessing the change, man. I see the change. I can feel it. I hear it. I taste it. I can feel it. I know a lot of you guys can feel the same way too. It's the change. It's something, this change that you're seeing upon this world, it's a change that no man and no woman can ever imagine. And it has nothing to do with religion, people. I repeat, it has nothing to do with religion. Leave that religious stuff at your front door. Leave it wherever you found it. Matter of fact, I advise everybody to bring it back. Remember the first time you heard the word Jesus. Remember the first time you went to a church. Those are the areas where you need to bring back the ideology. Pack it up, say thank you, and give it back. You understand? And just give it back. You feel me? But I feel the change, and it's time for the change. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time for you young men to go and take on these welding jobs. Leave this rap stuff alone. Leave the rap stuff alone. You're not a rapper, okay? There's no money in rap. You're not a rapper. Our sisters with some clothes on. Not everybody needs to see your beauty. If it was in Africa, it would be different because people's mind frames would be different. You know, we our sisters back in the days walk around with skirts and stuff, but the ideologies of man wasn't in the stance of a European, right? Lusting, wanting to wanting to take somebody's woman and do something, etc., etc. That wasn't in our customs, man. Okay, so while you here, ladies, put some clothes on, man. Put back on some sweats. I seen a sister the other day. She had on sweats, phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? She looks amazing. She has sweats on. She's covering up, and I just looked at her and I smiled. I said, "That's how you supposed to be." And she looked at me and she smiled back. But she probably smiled thinking that I want to holler, but it's not about hollering. It's like admiring, decency, admiring order, admiring when women value themselves to high regards and not see themselves as a sex object. You know, these sex objects. This is, like I said, these are things that was passed down from the oppressor. This is the oppressor's mentality. How did the oppressor's mentality come upon black people? They gave us an oppression religion. That's what it is. You guys are oppressed into these religions because it was given unto you by the oppressor. It was never given unto you to liberate. It was never given unto you to elevate. It was never given unto you to progress. It was always about degressing you mentally, physically, and spiritually. And we are here in 2024 not owning a goddamn thing. Let me show you guys something. Let me show you guys something. I'm not even supposed to do this, but I'm going to do it. See this? You see these new buildings? This is all of those people that gave you their gods to call on. You see it? Now I've been here my entire life. These are brand new buildings. You see they're building up another one right here, right in front of you. You see it? You see it? You see the add-on? No, that's just right there. They're building. Now look right here. They're building another one. You see it? Are you witnessing? This is all in my neighborhood. This is my stomping grounds. Me growing up. I remember buildings. These used to be buildings. These used to be houses. Now look. Look, I'm gonna show you another one. I'm gonna show you another one. Listen, if I take you to my neighborhood, my block alone, look, there's another one. You see it? You see the other one? Right next to it, right next door. Look at the other one. You see the other one? Look what's next to it. This used to be a houses. All of this used to be houses. Now they're buildings. You witnessing? You witnessing? I mean, I show you guys these things so you guys can understand what's going on. You guys, hold on. With this ambulance, wrong side. You guys thinking that all of this, all of this is just a coincidence? Nah, you gave these people power. You gave them. You have been giving them more power than you could ever imagine. You see, when they presented the Christian ideology, that's how the so-called uh, um, Spaniards, the French, and the British. This is how they rose to power when they gave you the religion called Christianity. When we started thinking that we was Hebrew Israelites and we started calling on their gods, this is when you started seeing. Now you start seeing Jewish people rise to power. They've been rising to power. Now you see where they at. Now you see where they at. Now you gotta ask yourself, how did we get here? How did we get here? Simple. You, you give them strength. Remember, this is everything about us, everything around us is energy and frequency. Everything around us is energy and frequency. If your heart stops, you get a electric shock to make your heart beat again. Everything around us is electric. It's electric and energy. All of it. Who you call on, what you give your energy to, whoever is the power source to that receives all the power. You thinking that it's you. That's you thinking that it's you receiving the power. You getting the blessings, you getting all that strength. No, you're not. You're weakening yourself, and you're giving these other people the power. I watch it every day. I remember growing up seeing Jewish people. Jewish people used to drive minivans in my hood. Now Jewish people in my neighborhood with Yukons, Cadillacs. We talking about trucks that's damn near $100,000. $100,000. These people are driving it. How did they get that? Huh? Because you started calling on their God. You stepped away from who you was. You moved away. You gave their substance energy. You giving them power. You lost your power. You lost your strength. They prep you for this very moment. It was literally it's literally a prep, right? It's like a prep meal, and you guys have been eating it since 1963. You guys been eating this meal, and all they kept doing was feeding you, feeding you, feeding you, feeding you. Oh, they like this meal. Give them another one. Write them another story. Look when when the Dead Sea Scrolls was compiled. Look at the time date. Around the same time, brothers and sisters started believing that there was the Jews of this and that. All these books, all these literatures is coming out. Nobody's paying attention, but I'm gonna pay attention for you. I'm gonna give you the story. I'm gonna give you the full scoop. All of this, all of this is energy. Everything. Rub the carpet with your foot, with your socks on, and rub it for like 5 seconds, and touch an object. See if you won't have electric shock. See if you won't have electric shock. See, these people know more about you than you do. There's so much there's so much going on within ourselves that we don't know. We should be healing ourselves. We should be at 100 years old. We should still be looking the way that we look now. I know you guys find it so hard to believe, but it's true. At 100, at 70 years old, you should be looking at your best. At a at 70 years old, you should still be looking like you're 40. At 70, I know a man who's 62. When I seen him, he was like, "Yo, wait, he's 66." He was like, "How old you think I am?" I was like, "You look at least 49, 50." He was like, "I'm 66 years old." And this is a brother. Like I said, this is a brother that's not associated with any religion. He don't follow the ideologies, and a lot of the brothers, a lot of the OGs, a lot of individuals, older individuals, right? I remember when I used to come and bring forth like, yo man, we the children of Israel. He was like, you got me OGs, be like, yo bro, you ain't ready yet. And in my mind, based on what I was told going into these organizations, oh, people that don't believe, they condemn it, they this and they that. Nah, oh, Jesus, like, nah, bro, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. How can this be the way for us when Egyptian literature surpasses such ideologies? I remember when the OG told me that. I remember. I remember when Mama Love when I went there and she says and she asked the question, why isn't women being admired or acknowledged in modern day history? And I told her, I said, I raised my hand. I said, it's because the Bible is a book that only glorifies the men. And if they made stories glorifying the women, if they made stories glorifying the women, then you will have to question the Bible. She looked at me and she said, listen, don't nobody care about this Bible. He said anybody that's in tune with that are individuals that like being under their control. She was like, no freedom, no liberation is gonna come from nobody. She said, I've been doing this for over 40 years, 50 years. I've done. She said her mom raised Catholic, went to Catholic school, did the whole shebang. She said she did all of that. She went through all of that, and not one time. And I repeat, not one time Did she get any message coming out of the Biblos for liberation? She said there's more people. She said there's more people suffering under the Euro-Christian ideology than anything else. More people. She said the people that's connected, and this is fact. She said the people that's connected are considered atheists and have no connection to to such organizations called religion. These people are the ones that's living the longest. These people are the ones that's the healthiest. These people are the ones that's the most righteous. They don't walk around with anger, bitter. They don't put people in a box. They don't exclude individuals because people don't believe. They don't do these things. And when she said that to me, and I sat back, I had to process that, and I said, "Yo, she's absolutely right. This is a mentality. This is literally a spiritual disorder that we have under the guidelines of religion, under the guidelines of Euro-Christian ideology. That the real righteous people on the earth are the ones that's not confined to such ideology. The real people, the real righteous people on the earth, the ones that I know that the Creator is working with, are the ones that's not subject unto any religion." And I said, and for me, I had to accept that what I was teaching and what I was learning for the last 5, 7 years has been religion. I thought it was a nationality. It's not a nationality. This is a religious organization. This is a religious foundation and we try to mask it under the names of Hebrew and Bantu. Bantus have nothing to do with the Bible, guys. I'm sorry. The Bantus got nothing to do with the Bible, guys. Absolutely nothing to do with it. I know it's something that you ain't trying to hear, but we have absolutely nothing to do with it. Nothing. Nothing. All of it is just another copy and paste story. I don't know if you guys came from, whatever congregation or organization you came from, but me coming from the Hebrew Israelite teachings is the same teachings that's being told with the so-called Bantu awakening. It's the same rhetoric, bro. Everything. It's just another name change. It's just another name change. It's just another precept. It's the same thing, people. And I know you guys know this. I know you guys can feel that. I know you guys can understand that. I know you guys are watching that. Come on. No matter where you come from, it's the same Hebrew stuff. It's the same. It's just now, the name changed and a different story, but it's the same foundation. Nothing changes, people. And I know you guys see this. That the change is gonna come. The change is happening, people. Brothers and sisters, you guys will be walking away from these religions. You guys will be walking away. You guys will be walking away from the Euro-Christian ideology. The Creator is gonna force you into submission. I promise you. You guys are gonna wake up one day and realize that none of these things that you was told, you're gonna realize that none of these things that you was told is for real. You're gonna realize that all these prophecies, all this Exodus talk, you're gonna see that joint ain't for real. You're not gonna be able to make it into the land with the Euro-Christian ideology. That's being destroyed. That's being destroyed. You're not gonna make it to the land. The Valley of Jehoshaphat, all those stories of people being murdered and there's gonna be a great war and all of that. These things already happened. These things already happened. The real great war is not gonna be them fighting each other. That's lies. That's come on, people. These people are gonna fight each other, and these people sitting at the same table every other day. Every other day. The Bilderberg meetings, The UN meeting. They just had a UN meeting here in New York. I couldn't even drive through. They had the whole entire south lower east side of Manhattan locked down. How what what war you think these people is gonna have? All of these things is propagandas, man. You think it's really a war? You think there's something really going on between Iran and Israel? You really think so? You really think so? All right, man. If you think so, man, you guys don't know about the 3D TVs and the sci-fis and all of these things people got control over. That's not listen. They would never go to war. The only war that you guys are witnessing, the only war that's on this earth is the war against you, black and brown people. The war against you, black and brown people. The war is to keep you guys mentally, physically, spiritually detached from your natural land. Keep you focusing on, America. This is home. Brothers is arguing and et cetera, et cetera. This is the same thing, man. This is the same thing. It's the same thing, guys. None of these things that you have been told over the last how many years is going to happen. All of this Persian, this, that, et cetera, if these things are to be true, it never happened it never happened unto you. These things never happened unto us. Do you guys even know about the Queen of Kush? Did you guys know the Queen of Kush went to war with the Romans? Do you guys know that? Don't worry, I'm gonna put these things together so you guys can get a nice little story. There's so much sister warriors that's never spoken of. Makes me question, why is our women being silenced? Why is the glory of our women being silent? What is it about our women? Could it be that the woman is the god of the? I don't know. I don't know. I don't have that much knowledge to stand on that. That's not what I do. I don't stand on beliefs. You know what I'm saying? I don't stand on belief. I move by facts. I don't stand on belief. Belief is what gonna lead you to hellfire. Belief is what's gonna lead you to death and destruction. That's what belief does. I don't live my life through belief. So I don't know. But I still gotta put that in the back of my mind. I still gotta put that in my thoughts. I still gotta do my homework because like my sister said, Ulamari means owner of the womb. Now, if you guys are saying that it's a male, what the heck is this? This is a church? Yo, you should see this church, guys. Thousands of men in suits just came out looking like the men in black. I gotta go look and see what the heck that joint is about. But I always question that. And even me into the knowledge and understanding, I always question and always ask, why is our woman always being suppressed? Why is our woman always the only thing that they always told, according to the big blows, is to be obedient. You're not even allowed to speak. You're not even allowed to speak in the church. I said, damn. So our sisters really got no say. Well, why is that? Why? Because the last time I checked, there will never be a strong man without a woman by his side, and there will never be a strong woman without a man by her side. So that means our strength and our powers is identical. There's certain things that a woman is powerful in, and certain things a man is powerful in too, right? I'm just saying. The Queen of Kush, the Queen of Kush, she stood alongside her husband. Her husband was killed at war, warring against these Romans. Her husband was killed, and she just took on the baton and said, "We're gonna finish the job," and she finished it. I didn't get enough information as far as was she captured, did she die? I didn't get enough information. I'm still doing my homework. But her name is Queen, Mother of Kush, Queen uh, uh, Am- Amaniah, Amaniah Arena. Amaniah Arena. That's her name. Amaniah Arena. Look her up. Can't spell it for you. I ain't gonna lie. My spelling ain't up to par. Okay? I should be a drug dealer. You heard? Not gonna lie to you. Alright? But that's her name. She's the queen of Kush. And she fought against the Romans. She beat Caesar when they invaded Egypt, and they seen Egypt. They wanted Sudan. That's where she from, Kush, Sudan. That's what they say, modern day Sudan. And it explains why the people in Sudan is suffering more than any other place. Sudan and the Congo, those two areas are the two areas that suffers the most out of all the areas in Africa. And you want to know why? It's because those are the two areas. Those are the two areas where people rebelled and killed a lot of their men. So that's why they do what they do. Similar to why they do what they do to Haiti. Similar to why they do what they do to Chicago. Similar to why they do what they do to Los Angeles. All those areas that rebelled and we won and we triumphed. Once we fall, they're gonna take full advantage to ensure that that can never happen again. Yeah. See, Ulamari is a female. But according to what we're being told, according to what people is teaching us, they're telling us that this is a male, this is a father. It's not. It is not. Sunini, not Nini. Bro, I don't understand how we can't put two and two together. Sunini is one name. Nanini. Another Nini is another name. Who told you to put it together and make it as one? Sunini Nanini is not a male. It's a male and a female. Whoever's feeding you such doctrine or leading you astray or just copying and pasting Euro Christian ideology. Even and I looked into her religious beliefs. The sister, the queen of Kush. I looked into her beliefs. And even her beliefs. And even in her beliefs, they believe they gave praise and worship. They give praise and worship to multiple gods, not deities. They put the word deity. They created deities. They created this terminology that is not of African culture. You're not finding the word deity in an African language. That's something they've created. Come on, people. Let's wake up now. Just like they created faith and they created hell. We didn't know what hell and all of these things was prior to Euro Christian ideology. This is facts, people. This is facts. We didn't know what that was. And I know a lot of these people is trying to associate things and say that, you know, they got it from us, they got it from us and we claim it back. There's a lie. We didn't get nothing from these people. Zero. And I repeat, zero. We didn't get nothing from these people. Nothing. We didn't get nothing from these people. And you guys got to realize that. You didn't receive absolutely nothing from these people. This is just a belief. This is just an insertion. We take in bits and pieces of left behind wordings that was put there intentionally to have us confined to a book. That's why they did that. That has nothing to do with our culture. Has nothing to do with our customs. Everybody is quick to identify locations, but nobody can explain all these kings and all these rulers. Who's all these people? Why isn't these people written in the Bible? The queen, the queen, the queen of Kush, she was present before the second coming of Jesus. This is BCE. So where's the story about her? How come these stories is not being mentioned? It's not being spoken of. How? Come on, man. I can't make this stuff up. I really can't make this stuff up. I can't. Oh, it's going to be a lot of disappointment. A lot of our people is going to be very, very disappointed when they realize that they've been led astray. A lot of you guys, I'm telling you guys right now, a lot of you guys are going to become full-fledged atheists. You're not going to believe in absolutely nothing. A lot of you guys, and that's exactly what these people want. A lot of you guys. That's why I gave you guys. That's why I give you guys all the things that I give you. Go look up propaganda UE, propaganda HUE. Go look these things up. You will see that everything that you see on in this world is controlled by the Jesuit order, the Zionists of this world. That's why they gave you the Bible, and the Bible says we're going to Zion. This story's not about you. And then we trying to change the name, remove Zion and put Jerusalem. remove remove Israel and put Jacob. We're creating a story to make it feel good for us. You're gonna have a rude awakening. You're gonna have a rude awakening. A lot of you guys are gonna have a rude awakening, and I see it. This is literally gonna be the survival of the fittest. Those that's mentally, physically, and spiritually fit are the ones that's gonna be able to withstand what's coming on this earth. Yeah. While you waiting for power to present itself to protect you, you don't even know that the power is within you. You have the power. You have the strength. You have the power. You have the strength. You gotta tap in. We gotta tap in. Don't listen to this religious nonsense, man. Don't. I'm telling you guys, man. Don't listen to this religious nonsense, man. They've been preparing for this moment right now. When you see it in the Bible, it says in the end time, many shall walk away, many shall depart from the faith. You're absolutely right. We are departing. But the way that they put it together, they make it seem like departing is such a wicked thing that when you do it, that you have been overtaken by spirits. Yeah, you have. Your ancestors. Your ancestors is waking you up. Your ancestors is waking you up. Your ancestors is slapping you in your forehead and saying, little nigga, wake your ass up. All of these things is premeditated, man. Premeditated work, guys. It's literally premeditated, man. Premeditated. There's no prophecy. It's propaganda. I repeat, there's no prophecy. It's propaganda. Propaganda. They are literally in control of everything. They control your mind. They control what you see. They control what you hear. They control what you believe. They control what you like. They control what you hate. They control who to date. They control who to marry. They have literally overtaken us. They have become the gods of us. And they use the biblos to become that. They use the biblos to become that. They are the gods. They are our gods. And you guys don't want to admit that. You guys don't want to accept that. But they are your gods. Every time you open up their books, whether it's the Quran, whether it's the Biblos, whether it's the book of the Pharisees, no matter what book it is, every time you open that joint, every time you open that joint, you're under their hypnosis. They got you praying unto their gods. None of our people can explain and prove such ideology. None of them. No, nobody. You tell me that this is the Bantu scrolls. See, when I heard the Hebrew scrolls, I can believe that. You know why? Because they actually got those things. They got the Hebrew nonsense. This is fact. They got that. Not gonna sit here and deny like they don't. They got it. They got it. But when I hear that the Bantu scrolls, I said, okay. So somebody show me where the Bantu scrolls is located. Somebody got to have access to it. And if you don't have access to it and you never seen it, that means that means that this is another insertion and an assumption. This is not facts. How do we, as black people, coming from where we come from, claiming things like, yo, you gotta be real. If it ain't real, you better. If you ain't real, then kill yourself, etc., etc. We talk all of this real being stuff and stuff, but yet people come with a belief and it has no facts, and we calling that real. This is what the Euro-Christian ideology has done. We call that real. That's not real, fam. That's as soft as it come, playboy. That's not real. And this is why the world is the way that it is. This is why I say facts over everything. Because there's no truth on this world. Everything has been a lie. Everything is a lie. So when we are in a society filled with lies, the only thing that's gonna make us move forward is facts. Because there's no truth. Because everything is a lie. You see? You see how I compile things together for you guys? I gotta educate my people because something called common sense has been removed from your hearts and your minds and your souls. If there's no truth in this world and everything is a lie, then the only thing that's gonna help us move forward is standing on the facts. Okay? Because the facts can be seen and felt through the cracks. Not no assumptions. I can't teach you guys assumptions. I can't teach you guys assumptions when I'm seeing other nations buying sky rises and we being kicked out and being relocated to the most dangerous places in New York City. I can't give you no goddamn stuff like that. I can't do that. I'm sorry. I can't tell you about beliefs. I can't give you that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not when I see the condition. Not when I see what exactly what's going on in the world. Not what I'm witnessing with my own two eyes. I'm witnessing this with my own two eyes. Let me show you another one. Let me show you another one. Look at this. This area right here used to be literally a dirt field. Now they're making these things into sky rises. You know how much it costs to live over here? Living over here used to literally cost you at least $400 or $500 a month. Now you'd be lucky if you can find rent that's under $4,000 to live here, and the project is right in front of you. They're buying up everything, owning up everything, while we shooting each other, selling dope to each other, pimping our women, raping our women, violating our children. While we're doing this, I'm witnessing every single nation get their fair shares and full advantage of brown people. I'm witnessing this. I'm witnessing this. I'm witnessing this with my own two eyes, people. All of this. And what we have to show for ourselves. Once upon a time, we fought and we demanded justice. We demanded things. What we demanding now? What are we demanding now? What matter of fact, forget what are we demanding now. What do we even have to demand for? What's left? Rap music? Rap? Rap? We have literally lost our entire identity. We don't have no culture. You don't even have an American culture. If you telling me shooting them up, selling drugs, disrespecting women, making trash music is our art form and it is our culture, you highly mistaken, man. You lost yourself. We lost ourselves. We're lost. We're lost. We have absolutely nothing no more. We have nothing no more. Nothing. They even took away your spirituality. You have nothing no more. You have nothing to stand on. Nothing to stand on. Nothing. You have nothing to stand on, people. Absolutely nothing. What we got to show for ourselves. What we got to show for ourselves. What we got to show our children. Nothing. Nothing. Just a reprinted, a regurgitated story that we're gonna pass down. We're telling our children that they gotta keep the laws and commandments. The laws and commandments can't even be kept in this place. Let's just say hypothetically that the laws was the way to be. Let's just hypothetically say that it was the way. Then by default we should be in a state of redemption. We should not be digressing as a people, but we are. And not only are we are, but not only are we are, but we are comfortable being in this condition. We are comfortable being in this condition. Completely comfortable. What's up, my guy? I'm out here. I'm by the park. All right. We are completely comfortable with this decision. We completely comfortable. You know what put us in a state of comfortability? What's keeping us in a state of comfortability? You know what's keeping us in a state of comfortability? A belief that somebody's going to come and take you out of these circumstances. The belief that somebody is going to come and take you out of these circumstances. Somebody's going to come and take you out of these circumstances. That's the reason why we are in these conditions. This is why we're so content. This is why we're like, man, listen, man, I'm just gonna go to work. I'm just happy to be alive. I'm happy to be able to feed my children, feed my family. I'm just happy. It's good. It's never good, fam. It will never be good, bro. If your job is not doing health service for the people, it will never be good. My job, my profession is to give help and give aid to my people. I've been doing this for I don't even know how many years. I don't even know how many years. Because this is something that's genuinely in our DNA. And when you help people, that's the universal order. You want prosperity. You want money. You want money to be able to live comfortably. Start helping. Start taking care of the homeless people. You don't have to give them $100. You don't got to give them $1,000. Buy them some food. Make them be in your service. You are service unto them. Let them feel that. Let them understand that. When the creators see that this is what you're doing, then the creators is gonna provide you with a way. I kid you not. I give you a testimony for me. I'm gonna show you how real. I'm gonna show you how real. And this is before I even know the stuff that I know now. So my I had a friend, and this friend had a family member that needed to come to New York, and this person they had no money to get here. Me, I only had a certain amount of money to my name, and instead of some people be like, "Yo, son, I don't even got it." I said, "You know what? This right here is an emergency. It's an important situation. I'm gonna do that. Not thinking about it, not worrying about it whatsoever. One day. Now this is I had a prepaid card. I think it's called Net Spend, Net whatever. I had a prepaid card. Now every week I'll put like $50. And like I told you, I gave this person this money and I was my funds was super low. I went to Rite Aid one day. I went to put $50 in. When I put the $50 in, I went home to go call and make sure that the $50 was there. Did you know that when I called, the lady, the machine says your balance is $500 and change. Remember, I only put $50 in. It was $500 and change. $500 and change. Please, guys, hit the like button. Please, hit the like. Let this go into the algorithm. $500. This is my personal testimony, guys. And the reason why I'm saying this is because you have been fed a lie. You have to go back into the universal order. Now, a lot of you guys don't know where to retrieve the universal order. And I'm going to tell you where to get the universal order. The universal order comes from the very first universal civilization, and that place is called Egypt. Egypt was the foundation of it all. You thinking I'm lying? Even in the Biblos, your man Abraham went where? He went to Egypt, right? Your man Joseph went where? They went into Egypt. Why is everybody going into Egypt? Why? Because Egypt was the first civilization, was the first civilization land. You understand? And the laws of Ma'at, look that up. Type in the laws of Ma'at. LAWOFMA''AT. Look those things up. Look those things up. The cross, the cross that they created, they disrespected us by giving us a foolish cross, which represents two male genitals coming together. Homosexuality. When you go into the so-called uh, 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 um, when you go into the Egyptian understanding that the Anaki symbol, it's a uterus, the uterus with the male substance going inside of it, which means the creation of life, which means unity, which means completeness. Completeness. I'm learning these things as I go. That's what that means. Completeness. That's what that means. But if you let these people feed you, if you let these people tell you your story, and you let these people navigate and tell you what it is, then you bound to suffer. That's what it means. That's what it means. That's a symbol to let us know that we can't function without a sister, and a sister can't function without a man. We need each other. That's what that means. So my guy, you good?
Yeah.
That's what that means. That's why when you see their texts and their writings, when you see the hieroglyphics and all that, you always see a male and a female. You never see one person by themselves. This male monotheistic mentality comes from Euro-Christian ideology, man. That's their customs. That's not yours. So you go ahead and keep saying Father God, Lord Jesus. You keep saying that and see how far it takes you. You see how far it takes you. And you're going to see, and I promise you, when it's all said and done, you guys are going to come to me and be like, damn, Jones, you was right. Damn, bro, I should have listened. Damn, I've been lied to. And like I said, a lot of you guys are going to turn full-fledged atheists. A lot of you guys are going to turn full-fledged atheists because you're going to realize that everything that you was told was a lie. You heading to the park? Hold on, let me take this. Take a nice little workout with my client, man. We gonna rock out just for a little bit until we get to our destination, and we gonna get busy. I'm trying to make him get nice and big and strong, and preparing for what's going on in this world. You understand? All through African customs and culture, all through it. When you see the statues of the Yoruba people and the Yoruba tribes and what they worship and what they give praise to, it was always a male and a female. They tell you it's stones and all that because the Euro-Christian ideology makes you believe that joint is not right. Oh, it's evil. You're not supposed to do that. Meanwhile, this Euro-Christian ideology was the most devastating thing that ever happened to all humanity. All wars happened under Euro-Christian ideology. All destruction came under the guidelines of Euro-Christian ideology. What are you talking about, guys? This is facts. All of it. All of it. Every single one of these things come from Euro-Christian ideology. Worldwide destruction came under Euro-Christian ideology. When you receiving the death penalty, they read precepts from the Bible before they take your life. Come on now. Come on now. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Come on. All this monotheistic foolish nonsense, that's European, bro. If a European wants to believe in one God, let them do that. I'm not here to knock anybody's religion, but my situation is when people want to infuse that within us. When you hear a name like Sunini Nanini, that's not one person. That's not all person. That's not all person's name. You can't find nowhere in history where somebody is gonna have their name multiple times. And it be referred to as one person. You ain't gonna find that nowhere in history, bro. Nowhere in history. But yet we running around with this idea that this is the facts, bro. You ain't gonna find that joint nowhere in history, man. Nowhere in history are you going to find that. People grew up since we was young. Even before you even knew the truth. You ever had your grandmother? You ever seen your grandmother? You used to call your grandma Nana?
No.
You never call your grandma Nana? They never refer to her as Nana?
Yeah.
As Nana?
Yeah.
All right. So where does the term Nana come from? Nana comes from what? That's a female. That's wisdom. That's top of the line. This is top of the line. And you guys are running around and not putting two and two together? When I was told what that was, it was like, oh yeah, you know, I was like, yo, Sunini, I need all praises be to the Father. It was like, who told you that was the Father? I said, what you mean? He says, this says Sunini is masculine, Nanini is feminine. It's the mother. I said, oh, really? Yeah. And then I started digging in. I started looking into it, and and then the more I found, the more I dig, the more it started making sense. You guys know, remember when I first brought that up? How this information literally shut down my whole computer? the facts is here. This is no insertions, this ain't no beliefs, this is no assumptions, these are the facts. We standing on facts, bro. We standing on facts. Ain't nobody's computer messing up the way mine is. When you going against the grain and when you speaking against their ideology, stuff like this happens. Yeah. When you standing on the foolishness and you start talking and you start standing on the nonsense and you preach that nonsense, you're gonna get nothing but support. Come on, man. You know how many times my computer done crashed? You know how many times my computer done crashed? You know how many lives I done did that I had to reset? And I gotta apologize to you guys? My internet is connected directly to my computer. Directly. Come on. You guys gotta make that make sense, man. We sleeping too much. We sleeping too much. We gotta get up out of this slumber. We gotta stop allowing these people to navigate what we perceive to be right and what perceived to be wrong, bro. He never understood monotheistic is never part of our culture. Never was, never will be. You know why? You know why black people is the number one people that cheats the most? It's because monotheism or whatever nonsense that they tell you is not of our culture. African men have multiple wives, bro. Have multiple wives. We have multiple children. Hold on a minute. This is why our women is in the condition that they're in. Our women are in these conditions because our women is competing with each other, trying to compete for one man. When it was like, oh, that's your husband, that's mine too. Ain't no competing. Why you competing? Sisters is really out here competing with themselves, competing with each other. And then, when she had that you don't have, you then want to go get that situated. What you getting situated, sis? You're beautiful just the way that you are. But this ideology came from them. Kick me off every time. Anytime I start talking, let me tell you something. If I tell you how many times I start talking, you know how many times I done got off and allowed the heavenly ones to literally operate and take control, right? I say, your heavenly ones, you take control. And they take control. We're going to walk in the street. And they take control. YouTube instantly kicks me off. Why? When I'm on fire and I'm just going off and I'm just I'm hitting it, pinpoints, no stutter, no pause, no filter, just going off. Instantly get kicked off. Why? What am I saying that's not in agreement with these people? What am I bringing forth? Why am I sitting on over 100,000? Why am I sitting on over 100,000 subscribers, but yet my message is only being suppressed to 15, 20, 30 people? Why? When I'm watching people doing pure madness. Why? What is it about me that's preventing? You know what I'm saying? What is it about me that I'm being silenced? I ain't do nothing. I ain't know I was that much of a threat. You know why? Because it's that fire. They know it. They know when there's no Euro-Christian ideology, there's no Euro control. Like, damn, we can't control this nigga right here. They just clip it. Just clip it. Whenever he comes on, nobody gets a notification. Everybody be like, damn, June, I didn't even know you was on. Damn, bro, you was on. So just imagine how many people is in this state of mind. Just imagine. Come on. Just imagine. You know what I'm saying? When you on that route, when you on that path of pure righteousness, bro, when you on that path of identity, when you know that you are a subject of identity theft and you're not trying to be nobody's victim, we're not playing victim. When you accept slavery and all this and all that, you playing victim. When you putting the blame on yourself, you're saying, well, it's because of us. You know, our ancestors was disobedient, and that's the reason why. That's the reason why we suffer from them curses. So what about the children? How do children suffer from a curse that they had nothing to do? How do children suffer? Why are children suffering? Innocent children, bro. You know, innocent children that was fed unto alligators, bro. It wasn't middle-aged teenagers, newborn children, bro.
Come on. Nobody's receiving my notifications. Nobody's seeing what's going on. Why is that? I be baffled. Like people that be like, they be like, yo, how you got over 100,000 something subscribers? Yo, YouTube don't even want to send me my plaque. YouTube don't even want to send me my plaque, guys. My numbers is always being played with. One minute I have 20,000 people viewing. The next day I have 500. Next day I have 5,000. And then nowhere it'll drop down. Now you got 3 people, 4 people, 5 people, 6 people, 7 people. And it's like, what am I saying? It's because I'm putting something into the universe that society is not ready for. They're not ready to let that go. They're not ready to release the chains of this ideology. They're not ready for that. And humanity is not ready for that. They just call it what it is. Our people is not ready for that. Our people is not ready for that. Everybody talk this, oh man, we awaken, man. Yeah, man. Sunini, man. Yeah, man. Modimo, man. Yeah, man. Modimo's a female too. I got the paperwork to show it. Modimo's a female too. So that's another question. Okay, so we got a female. We got 2 things. Ulamari is a female. Modimo is a female. Sunini Nanini is a male and a female. So then it looks like we got homework to do. I'm gonna talk that talk. I question. You see, because my mind refused to be sucked into the ideologies. I'm putting everything to the table. I'm asking the questions that you guys are afraid to ask. And I'm not saying you guys. I'm talking about in general. I'm talking about those that's in those positions. They're afraid to ask. Why? Because it's about control. I can't be bought. My soul ain't for sale, bro. My identity ain't for sale. I'm not grasping onto the highest bidder. Whatever makes sense is what I'm gonna grasp onto. No, I'm not doing that. I gotta connect. I need to speak to my people. That's the only way things is gonna be resolved. We gotta speak to our people. All that extra stuff don't mean nothing. It really don't mean nothing. We gotta speak to our people. Forget all these books, forget all the internet. It's time for brothers and sisters to go speak to your people. Go speak to your people, bro. There's a whole bunch of these individuals migrating here. Go have a conversation with them. They don't bite. I know the Euro-Christian ideology makes you look at them like they beneath you, but they're your brothers and sisters. They are your relatives. They darker than you because they where the sun shines the brightest. Go ask some questions. You scared? You know what I'm saying? You scared? Go with somebody. Go by the shelters and say, hey guys, I want to ask you a few questions. I was going to do that this summer, but a lot of things was coming up. I might do it this year. I promise you I'm going to do it this year. When this summer come around, we're going to ask these people these questions. So we can get some clarity. And a lot of these brothers too, what I realized, a lot of these brothers has been re-indoctrinated by the Euro-Christian ideology, whether it's through Islam or it's just Christianity in general. But a lot of these people have been re-indoctrinated. So you know what I'm saying, this is why I gotta go to the land. But still no excuses. Go talk to these people. Ask a few questions. Come on. And this is a moderator of mine. I'm the one that's under attack. Ain't nobody attacking none of these people. Nobody attacking. Because when you preaching that nonsense, when you preaching that foolishness, when you preaching that deception, when you preaching that confusion, and you talking about that, you're going to get nothing but support. Our very own is going to support it. But when you start talking about the things that go against the grain, it's like, damn, nah, hold on. What is June talking about? He out here wilding. And we ain't wilding. We out here we just claiming back what's ours, bro. We want our identity, bro. That's all we want. We don't want none of this. You guys can keep all of this. Once we find out where we are, once we find out who we need to be around, who we need to talk to, we're gonna get all that information and we gonna be off this, bro. Feel like playing basketball, I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Look, I'm about to show y'all. Look, I'm about to get busy. Look, this is what we about to do. You see that? Mine is these children, man. This is what we about to do. My pull-ups, my sit-ups, my dips, man. We outside. All right. So I'm gonna leave it as that, guys. We want all that back. They took out. Listen, sis. They took our land and gave you a lord. They took one L and gave you another L, and you went and you wondering why we still lost. You heard? But anyway, I'm gonna get busy. I'm gonna get it in. Support the movement. Share this, like, comment, do the whole shebang. Like I said, you know they censoring the real, but it's okay. They only for so long they could keep us down. You understand? And like I said once, I'm gonna say it again. I am him, Junes, the NBI say, aka Mr. Keep My Foot on all necks. You understand? And I'ma holler at y'all. Wow.